Okay, ready?
Yes.
All right, and go.
What do I say again?
Work it, make it, do it, makes us harder, better, faster, stronger.
Hey, what happened?
I'm such a rookie.
The quote of today.
Oh, the quote of today.
Giving your child a skill is better than giving them 1,000 pieces of gold.
Hey.
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 You know what's very interesting is that my podcast history, I wouldn't say a career, because I'm not really getting paid.
Yeah.
But I would say this is more of like a hobby. So my podcast hobby, I've noticed that the number 4 is pretty lucky. I feel like it's like a new lucky number for me, because when me and my buddy Marco did a podcast, our 4th episode, we had a guest, and that was my brother sitting right over here in this futon area that you see right by you, Brecken. And now the 4th episode for this podcast, I don't think anything happened with my podcast with my buddy Zach, not my jiu-jitsu buddy, my gaming buddy Zach. I got 2 Zachs in my life. Yeah, two guys in my life. two Zachs in my life. And I don't think we did anything special with 4, but I think maybe our 4th episode has like the most views on my channel, my point of view, besides his point of view. And now the 4th episode here, we actually have a special guest, a little bit of a quick history. The beginning of this year, I met a fantastic woman, and next thing I know, we started dating, and I found out that she has kids. And now, not even a month in me and your mom's relationship, you were dying to meet me.
Yeah.
So everyone, give it up for my stepdaughter, Brecken.
Hi, guys.
Hello. This is
Bonjour.
Bonjour. Okay. Oui. All right. Well, we're gonna see how far this goes.
Yes. It'll go very
Yeah.
far.
Do you see me as like a father figure nowadays in your life?
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Has it been good? I'm glad. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think, was it like after the first day you met me, it was just instantly like, oh, this is definitely gonna be my dad forever.
Because the second I met you, you were like, "Are you a hug person?" And I was like, "Yes."
Oh yeah. She was. When I first met you, you were jumping in that passenger seat, all excited. But that wasn't like the first time I met you. I met you through a phone call when we were gaming for the first time.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I remember
Yeah, we were doing
that.
Fortnite, and then
Zach.
Yeah, and I told your mom. I told your mom that day. It's like, oh yeah, she can come join us. You know, just to get a good feeling, I guess, to know who I am. And of course, every time I meet someone, I always am worried what to cuss, because I'm like, is cussing okay? Sure. And I was like, all right, fuck yeah. You know, like, I can't remember what I said, but I know I cussed out Zach that night. And
Yeah,
that was
you
my
did.
First, that was my first impression
That was
for
pretty
you.
funny,
Yeah. So let's take it back for you, since this is a jiu-jitsu podcast. And oh shit, and I just dropped the shit bomb. I forgot to finish the introduction here. So
Yeah, Kevin.
sorry. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the I'm Such a Rookie podcast, where this white belt right here speaks in a black belt way as best as he can, talking about his journey, what's on his mind, story times. And today, like I said, I found someone who's a little bit more of a rookie than I am. She is right now a 1-stripe white belt, Brecken, like I just said in the beginning.
Yes.
So now we can get back to what I was saying. Let's take it back this year to March. You showed up at a competition as a spectator. For me, I wish that I could have had a better outcome for you. I finished dead last out of 4 people. And during my bronze medal match, the guy took me from my legs, trying to take me down. But lots of people from our jiu-jitsu gym says that I have great balance, like great defense.
Oh yeah.
So he wasn't good enough to take me down, and the only way to take me down was to throw me into a table, push me to a table. And from that day, that scenario, what you witnessed made you want to do jiu-jitsu. Like how did that just make you say yes?
So martial arts have always been something that like fascinated me. My mom's always watched the UFC stuff, and I've always seen like wrestling and jiu-jitsu in particular, and I'm like, I could never do that. And I thought in my head, I could never do that because I don't want feet in my face. And that was the only reason why I never wanted to do it, because I don't want feet in my face. But then I realized, because while I was watching competition, I was like, that people don't really get feet in their face that often. That's not a common occurrence. And I was like, because especially when I saw Harley's match and then I saw your match, I was like, wait, I could do that. Like, because she's younger than me and she's doing it and she does it really good. You know, I'm like, I want to do that so bad.
Yeah, the only time I believe that you have to deal with feet if you want to do an ankle lock, and
Yeah.
I would never recommend rolling with not Zach Austin, because he's really he really you don't like feet, but Zach, I mean, God, I keep messing up because they're both the same basically. Austin really likes feet, it's like his go-to. He rolls you on the ground.
Don't take that out of context.
All right, don't take it out of context. I'm just saying what I've
And
witnessed.
that guy Austin, he really likes feet.
He really likes feet. So basically, just like seeing people do it, sort of like motivated you. You would say.
Yeah, because it just like it looked satisfying almost to watch. Like to watch people get submitted, it was like it tickled my brain to watch it. It was like really sad. I was like, that's really satisfying to like the way they roll over each other and the way they're like, because I was starting to get into like fitness too, and working on like working out and stuff with like at school we had a weightlifting class, and I really enjoyed that. I really enjoyed the way it made my body feel. Like it made me feel really nice. And like I was like, jiu-jitsu feels very nice. Like after my first class I was like, this is pretty fire. Like it has a lot of elements of like math and science that you wouldn't expect. Like there's a lot of geometry and a lot of physics, like with the wedges and with the momentum and everything. I was like, this is so cool. This is a good brain exercise. It's a good body exercise. So that was really the main appeal for me.
So as you said, your first class, it felt really good and stuff. What was like? Did you like prepare yourself to be ready for that first class, or like did you just go all in? Like what was going through your mind?
I didn't really know how to prepare myself. I was like, we're just gonna see how this goes, And I was a little bit scared to look like stupid. I wasn't scared to like not be good enough or anything, because I was like, this is my first class, I don't have to be good enough. I was just scared to like look stupid and then like get yelled at for not doing the right thing, But it's just like really nice, welcoming people there. So that was like one of the main things that made me stay. I was like, these people are so nice about like us being rookies and everything, and it was like everything I could have ever wanted and more, because I learned so much in that first class, and I was like, well, this is really something I can do, because I've never been an athletic person. I've never been a sporty person. I've never done a sport in my life. I've never been like, oh, I want to play ball games or whatever. Like, I don't like doing stuff. Like, I don't like running around. I don't like, like, I'll run laps or whatever, but I don't like sports. But, like, jiu-jitsu is just different. And I was like, this is a way I can get the fitness in without, like, having to worry about teammates or whatever being stupid. And that's, like, the main thing that I don't like about sports is that, like, people are kind of mean, Even your own teammates are kind of mean.
Yeah, there's been... Yeah, there's always gonna be toxic no matter what, and like that's where you should probably draw the line and like push them out of the way when you, like I said in my previous episode. Have you seen any of my episodes? Have you listened?
I saw the first one, and then with like
everyone has seen the first one because it's 15 minutes long.
Yeah, with the time
it's a pilot.
With the time I had left before I had to leave, I watched a bit of the. Excuse me. I watched a bit of the second one and a bit of the third one, and I didn't really watch them all the way.
Yeah, because in the third one, I talked about toxic and non-toxic in a way.
Yeah.
And just when our gym got shut down and we kind of basically got up and moved somewhere else because we didn't want to leave the family.
Yeah.
And now we see who our true people are and who we are safe to be around, because after that Marco class that we did Thursday, it's like I truly found who I need to be around, who will motivate me, who will take the time, who will have patience and all that stuff. And that's where it's kind of like we basically sort of drew the line and cut out those toxic people. And that's basically how it
Right.
is in general with sports and stuff. If you can try to like, forget about, even though that it is a team and you have to accept everyone in a way, and of
Oh,
course
yeah.
it's gonna be the toxic. But if you can like, manage to be mature and draw the line in between where you still can push them out, but also allow them to still be a part of the team, even if they give you a hard time.
Right.
And I would say too, with your first day at the gym, I would say it probably helped out that the instructor was female in a way.
Oh yeah.
Missy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. That was one of the big things that really helped. Because like a lot of sports, especially like contact sports, traditionally are not very female welcoming. But like having a female instructor and her coming up to me immediately and being like, "Let's roll together," I'm like, "This is awesome!" Like,
You actually rolled with Missy the first day?
yeah,
I don't remember
you
that.
Don't remember
No,
that?
I do
flipped
not.
her over my head. You don't remember that?
Oh, well, that wasn't.
Well, I tried to.
Well, no, like a roll to me is like you either roll before class or after class, like actually.
Well, we like practiced what we were learning.
Okay,
is what I
okay,
mean.
you were
Yeah.
just practicing. Like rolling is basically just doing a match in a way.
Right.
Yeah, okay.
That's not what I meant.
Okay.
Like, yeah, practicing.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah, but I feel like Missy is even with me with my first day, because I was an outsider too, and like my background of sports in a way, of course, because you had nothing. I had like I did football, I did basketball, just the generic sports, nothing too crazy. I mean, the craziest before jiu-jitsu, I did rock climbing. Disc golf, I don't really think is too crazy. I mean,
Yeah.
it's still fun and
It's challenging.
it's challenging. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh yes. By far. Have you ever putted? Have you ever putted with a disc?
I tried to remember that
Yeah,
last time I saw
I do. I do. So a bit of a backstory here, real quick. This was recent too.
Yeah.
I brought out my my putting disc golf cage. I don't know, net, whatever they call it. And I was like, "Here, Brad, I want to putt, sure." And like I putted, and I was like, "Okay, I went to go retrieve my disc," and then out of nowhere I turn around and I just see the arm go like this. And she didn't let go. When you have a disc, you're supposed to let go here. She passed the mark and let go here. And directly in front of that aim is me. And let's just say it was like 2 inches away of hitting the no spot.
Yeah.
And oh my God, my life, I froze a lot. But yes, Missy definitely is very good at having a warm heart, I would say.
Oh, yeah.
Accepting whoever comes in at first. The reason I say at first is because we did throw out somebody
Yeah.
later in life in our gym.
Yeah.
But yeah, I felt she has that comfortable feeling.
Yeah, she's got like a motherly way about her that's just like warm and nurturing and loving,
Yeah. Yeah, very, very helpful indeed. So now you are a one stripe belt, and what do you have to say about that? Just like what do you have to say so far?
I don't know. I mean, like that day I got my first stripe. One of the best days of my life, by far. One of them, probably top 10.
Were you surprised? Did you feel like you have accomplished a lot?
I feel like I've accomplished a lot, but I didn't feel like I had accomplished enough to get a stripe, because that's just how you feel in your own brain. Like, oh, I always need to do more. You're always like negative to yourself and stuff in your own head. But like 9 times out of 10, that's not the actual case, and you're like actually doing really good. So I was surprised, but at the same time, I was like, deep down, I was like, I feel like I deserve this, So it was, it was great.
Yeah. When I talked a bit to people around me, just asking like, how long does it take to get your first stripe as like a white belt? And they, the most common answer I got was 6 months. 6 months. 6
yeah.
months. And how I knew I was getting close was when I received my first bronze medal, and I was going up against, I believe, a 4-stripe white belt, and he won. It was a very like controversial match in my opinion towards
Yeah.
the end, because so we were going back and forth, just trying to stand. We were standing, trying to like tug each other down. I got him down, but it didn't count as like a takedown in a way because I planked. I like sprawled on him, so I had him like underneath here and holding him, and like I was trying to do what I did to win my actual first match of my jiu-jitsu career. If you don't know, I know the audience don't know, but if you don't know, but I feel like I've told you about this. My first match, I went into a sprawl, but at the time I don't know what a sprawl was, and Marco said plank, so I was in plank form. For the audience, I don't know what sprawl is. I planked, and I had no clue. Sorry, my phone went off there. I had no. Oh, hold on. There we go. Sorry, I forgot that my phone's connected to my laptop over here.
Who is that?
It was a spam call.
Oh, okay.
It was a spam call. Way to ruin the mood.
Well, you
phone.
should have answered. That would have been so funny.
No, it's a freaking.
We could have trolled them.
It's a guys. It's a AI nowadays that says
Oh.
about car insurance and stuff or what.
Your
whatnot.
car's extended warranty.
Pretty much. I don't know, but so I was planking, sprawling on him, and I did not know how to finish. You know, that's like one thing too. When you first start your first ever competition, you know, you draw blanks a lot, and I still do that today. Like everything that I've learned from Missy, Marco, Corey, even Professor John.
Yeah.
I still call him Professor John because it just seems right. Even brown belt Kyle. As much as I can, it goes from one ear out the other. But I feel like I keep a lot of information that I've learned from Marco the most.
Yeah, I feel that too because he definitely connects it to real life scenarios and to emotions, and that really like those connections make it stick with you longer.
Yeah.
So I'd say it definitely.
Yeah, and that definitely relates back to when I was in the situation. I was on my knees, and his name is Yaya. Interesting name. There's a lot of interesting names when you
interesting,
go
yeah.
do jiu-jitsu competitions. But
Oh, yeah.
his name was Yaya, and he was drilling I was over him, and his head was right here. And the way that I was positioned was a deadly position according to Marco. Like all he had to do was try to bulldoze with his head forward, and I would have fallen backwards. I feel like is what he was trying to say.
Oh yeah, I remember him talking about that.
And so he kept saying sprawl like you mean, sprawl like you mean, and then he's like plank. It's like, oh okay, so I planked, and I had all my weight on him, and I still didn't know how to finish, and all I heard was get your fingers in him, and so. Me, a month in, still in jiu-jitsu, he meant like, you know, a grip and dig it into him, like 10 the 10 finger thing. Did here, my 10 fingers were this, and I clawed like this. Good thing I had him covered enough, because apparently I would have been disqualified for that match because you're not supposed to do that.
Yeah.
I didn't know. I'm a month in, but the guy who refereed that match just hated me the whole day, I think. And I think he's still out for me. What's very interesting is that my second competition, he was actually coaching / refereeing matches too that day. And so it's just like we kept doing fingers crossed that I never got him. And I never did. But I know back into the match that I talked about way back a bit. So I had him in sprawl, and I not know how to. I had him in sprawl, and I was trying to do what I was doing in a more mature way. So like when I was versing Yaya, you know, you're supposed to have an under and an overhook, and then do the thing.
Yeah.
I had 2 underhooks underneath his neck, like I just had his head wrapped, and he could easily, you know, what Marco calls a wet dog, and wet dog is just shaking like this, and you could get out.
Yeah.
And so that's when I dug my fingers in them and got the win. So I was trying to do a mature way of underhook, overhook, and the arms sticking out here, and I'm doing my best. I'm pressing. I'm doing all my weight, and nothing was happening. I forget what like happened. I feel like we ran out of time. Or like he just got out of it, and we're just in like a weird position where like no one can get points. Then it went to overtime, and to me, what I believe a takedown is that you gotta be like fully on your back, So it was overtime, and the first one, whoever took down the person wins. In my head, what I feel like I should have done was instantly just went all in like a poker deal, and do the double leg thing where you step forward in between the legs, and then do a duck walk up, and then just bring him down. Like I feel like if I had that, I thought of that later down the line. It's like, man, if I just swooped in, like when he said fight, just go, just take all that energy, just all in. I feel like I could have got bronze, but we were there and we're tugging around, and I don't like I guess I collapsed. I can't really picture what he did, but we both collapsed. But I was like, I wasn't on my back. I was like more in like a side way. That wasn't like fully, but he said stop, which I thought, because I was close to being out of bounds, I literally laid sideways in front of Missy and Corey. And we got up, and I was like, okay, we're resetting. And then he's like, you here, and he raised the other guy's hand. And he got silver, and I got bronze. It was only 3 of us. But the silver match, where I was supposed to get silver, but instead I got bronze. Yeah, he raised his hand, and oh my God, I've never seen Corey pissed. Corey, the whole rest of that day, kept talking about the match like that was so fucked up. There was no way, because there were so many opportunities that Kevin actually had points, but they never counted it. It ended at the 5-minute match ended 0-0. Like no one got points. Okay. Not even like my sprawl. So that game ended in a 2-0 win. Okay. Yeah. But how I knew that, I felt like after those, when I mentioned that, like people said 6 months is when you get your first stripe. Corey had the audacity to say, it's like, ooh, you really challenged that 4-stripe white belt, like you made him nervous and scared, or like, yeah, whatever he said. And he's like, I can see a stripe coming pretty soon. So I knew, like, sooner or later, not 6 months, I'm eventually going to get a stripe.
Yeah. Pretty neat.
All right. So I tried my best to get like a camera sort of like this. This is what I use usually when I record myself, because it doesn't have auto stop. And these are my professional cameras where they have auto stop after a certain time limit. This you can record all the way up to like hours and hours of footage.
Hey.
So I was supposed to get, I wanted to get another one like this for an interview I was supposed to do, but that's not going to happen anymore due to just some conflicts.
Right.
So, but then you wanted to do a podcast. So I'm just like, well, I guess we'll just use what me and Marco used for our podcast. Do you feel honored sitting in the spot? Because for about 2 years, from 21 to 23, Marco sat like right there in a way.
I feel so honored, and now I'm Marco.
And like,
so that's great.
And speaking of Marco too, does it feel different? Because like we started with a female instructor, and then we kind of sort of transitioned to Marco and Corey. Yeah. And now, recently, last Saturday, Jim showed up.
Oh, really?
So yeah, Jim taught us some stuff too.
Hey, look at that.
Yeah, so
that's great.
So is it a big difference for you transitioning to more when you have to have male instructors nowadays? Because I'm used to Marco. Right. It's just like just hanging, being buds, and just doing crazy things, I guess, in a way you could say.
I wouldn't say it's a huge difference, because Marco and Corey have always been there, and we've always done Marco's classes, but it definitely is like really weird and like almost surreal not having Missy there. And it is different, it's a different environment. It's all the same people, but it's a different environment, and people are missing, and that chunk of us is missing. But it's still great, I mean, I love it. I don't feel any less welcomed. I don't feel any less accepted. I don't feel any less seen or anything like that. And Gina's there too still, so that's a great thing. Yeah,
you have a little bit of a challenge, because recently Gina just got her second stripe. So you got some competition there. It was a surprise for all of us. She and Corey were rolling, and she was moving quite fast, quite difficult for Corey, and so Corey rewarded her second stripe.
she's been really doing great. I don't know what she's been doing, but whatever it is, it's working.
Well,
really
I mean,
well.
it's crazy too because when we had that meetup, just because it's been like almost a month and we haven't seen each other, and it was just supposed to be a get together, but instead we switched it to just like let's have a class and like, you said I don't know what she's doing. It's like I don't know what you've been doing because you and Shelly were just crazy that night. I don't know if you were like had stuff inside of you wanted to release or like
I had so much adrenaline because I was so happy to be back. Like it was such a surreal moment that I just felt so crazy. I was like, I'm back where I belong. Like I'm gonna let loose. I'm gonna get crazy.
Yeah, because it feels like that you didn't just develop a skill, but you developed in a new environment that you love, and you feel like that you can accomplish so much in this, which is pretty crazy because I believe it takes like at least 10 years to get a black belt. I feel like in a way. It's crazy that I'm gonna try to shoot for that, but I don't know what will happen. I just want to get a blue belt. I'm really looking forward to that. And then I'll probably have to get a new gi because I don't think a blue belt's gonna look good with my black gi.
Yeah, I think you should get a white gi.
I know that's
really
that's
cool.
what I thought. It's like a white gi for blue belt. I would say I could still do my black gi and a white gi for a purple belt. Brown belt, I feel like I need to get like camo green or something because like it's brown. Like what else? Like I guess black, maybe gray.
I think a camo like camo print. If you can find a camo print gi, I feel like that would look really stylish.
Well, it's very interesting because you can tie dye a gi if you wanted to, but I don't.
Ooh, that would be
but I
cool.
don't know. If you want to wear that for certain tournaments or like certain like gyms, I don't know if they will allow it.
I've seen one of Harley's matches. Her opponent was wearing like this sort of
But it wasn't tie dyed. It was more like a pattern in a way. It was like a pattern.
What's that ice cream called? That's like fruity flavor.
Sherbet.
Sherbet, yeah.
Okay.
She looked like sherbet.
Yeah. But that was like different like fabric colors. So I think that was okay.
I feel like tie dye would be fine because there was a guy with a bright yellow gi and there was people with bright pink and stuff. Like I feel like it would be okay.
Okay. I just feel like that, like, certain gyms don't really accept, I feel like, and just like don't really accept the fruity life, you would say, like the multicolored light.
Well, that's just wrong. I feel like. That's judgmental.
If we're getting into detail, the LGBTQ plus
just
environment.
Just because a rainbow doesn't mean it has to be like that.
It's just like it's just multicolored, and like multicolor is pretty cool. Like tie dye shirts used to be the thing. Tie dye in general used to be the trend. In a way,
back in the what was that, the Vietnam days?
Yeah,
During
the
Vietnam
60s,
War
70s, and then like
50s.
when I started high school in 2012, I know that like tie dye shirts and like band T-shirts was such a big thing.
They still are.
They still
honestly.
are. Okay, I don't really know.
Yeah, I wear tie dye band shirts all the time.
Everybody wants to just say 6'7" now, and I still don't get it.
6'7".
6'7". I don't know. That's all.
6'7".
Yeah. Well, what were we talking about? We kind of just rolled off of.
We were talking about your competition, then we were talking about. You asked me how it feels to not have a female instructor anymore.
Yeah. But I do say like a female instructor is definitely a lot better because if I'll get into another big. This is. So I had like a life or death situation, which I talked about in my last episode, and then this one was a should I stay or should I go moment. And if it wasn't for Missy, if it wasn't for Austin, I would have quit jiu-jitsu, in my opinion. And I don't know if I've told you about this.
I think you have, yeah.
But for the audience, the other instructor likes to get crazy here and there, and his mind is. It wasn't more of like calling you out or stuff. It was more like his life or death situation. Because if you don't follow like the order, his like orders or like how he does stuff, because I didn't know when you're the dummy, you're supposed to pretend that like a light tap is like, whoa. He was doing he did a light tap, and I was like, and he thought that I was being an ass.
Oh my
And
gosh.
so his instinct of people not cooperating and stuff like, oh, this guy wants to roll. So he put me in a chokehold, and I was there tapping, and everyone's saying tap, tap, tap. He's like, nope, 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 nope. And then he like let go. And then it's just like, it was an awkward moment for me, and I just went back over because I'm like, okay, I get it. Oh, well, I get it. And like, yeah, yes, I understand. I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
And I was just like, so like, I just had the like angry face, and like Austin's like, I've been there. Like everyone has been here. Okay. I've used to be a like what's going on with white belt in a way thing, like I don't know situation. And then I was like, okay, it's whatever. And it's like, and then I was surprised too. Missy surprised me that day. Oh, that wasn't my first stripe. That was getting my second stripe. I was already at one stripe. Wow. I think I said my first stripe, but no. But this was, if it wasn't for Missy giving me my second stripe and Austin, I think I would have not been doing jujitsu anymore, because just of how people act. And that's more the toxic side, and that's where you got to like try your best to push that away.
Yeah, I feel like the worst moment, like the worst class of my life, the worst moment was when we were doing that black belt shrimp thing, and he was like screaming his head off, and like,
which is so weird because I don't. It's okay. We don't need to talk about that. We can jump over that. Yeah. You brought it up, not me. But
sorry, I didn't. I don't know. Sorry.
You started to get emotional. Okay, let's jump to that. It's okay. But what's great though is that even with the toxic that you encounter, it's not strong enough. I feel like
the good
really side
outweighs
really
the bad.
outweighs it, and that's what's great about it. Because I feel like other gyms, the bad outweighs. I feel like, in my opinion, like what's great about this was not because of just Marco, because that's the only person I knew when I first started. I slowly got to learn more about Zach and Austin, and there was this other guy. His name was Jeremy, and we were trying to make it a thing where every class we should make a tradition of roll.
Yeah.
And I feel like I think I overstepped the line because I haven't seen them since our last roll.
Oh no.
Yeah. Did you ever heard Missy say, "You owe me $75 every time"?
Oh yeah, that's what she was talking about, because you lost her subscription.
I lost her subscription, and she's like, "You owe me $75." I'm like, whatever. I'm sorry. Okay, you know. At least I know when I fuck up.
Yeah,
I
and
at
then
least
you can
know.
learn from it and everything.
Yeah. So we have discussed about when you first were interested, and you first started, and then meeting Missy and transitioning to like more male structured, but at least kinder people. Do you feel intimidated?
I feel like my first couple months I really did. Like, I would feel kind of scared to go. I mean, not scared to go to class, but I would feel like a sort of anxiety with like what's gonna happen, you know. And like, especially when we do throws, and I have to let these 6 foot tall buff men throw me over their shoulder, you know, and like slam me onto a mat. I feel like that was the most scary part, and like I had to throw them too, and I'd be like, oh, I don't know if I can do that, you know.
Yeah, and I feel like when you had to do the throw down, take down, whatever you had to do, you weren't like pushed into it right away, because what the difference between mine and your progress of learning is that you went through the curriculum going down thing. I learned how to throw someone my first day. Yeah. Because Marco and I stayed, and it was just me and him. I feel like I didn't get home till like 10:30 that night, because he was trying to cram as much as possible in my head of just like the general idea of what you will see, what you should do, how to do a stance, how to move, you know, the basic fundamentals. And of course, the basic fundamentals in there is throwing.
Right.
So I feel like you weren't shown it right away, and then it was kind of like you were just looking at the curriculum and just seeing like it's getting close, and then when it came to it, you're like, fuck.
Yeah, it was a little bit like that, and I feel like one of the scariest things about being new is like they're using all these sorts of terminologies. Like, I know they said, like, words like arm bars, and, like, now looking back, I'm like, I didn't know what that meant, you know, before they showed me what it was. I didn't know what mount meant. I didn't know, I mean, like, obviously I can use context clues to figure it out, but, like, it was completely foreign terminology to me, and it was really interesting, like, just, like, it's almost like they're speaking another language, you know? It's really interesting learning, like, looking back on it and being like, wow, I really didn't, you know, I learned so much.
And yeah, what probably helped you with a little bit of not feeling intimidated is that I'm there.
Yeah.
I'm there, and that's
the
where like the
biggest-
father figure thing, where I asked you, like, do you still see me? Do you still always have been seeing me as a father figure? And I feel
Yeah, because I already felt so comfortable with you, you know, and I don't, like, looking back, I don't think I ever would have stepped foot in a jiu-jitsu class by myself because I was so timid back then, you know? And I know it wasn't that long ago, but, like, I feel like...
actually it has been. It's at least been half of a year now. You started in March, and we're in September right now. You've been there for half a year.
Time flies. So
It does.
fast.
It does. It does.
But I would have never, back then, I would have never stepped foot in a jiu-jitsu class by myself, because it's just so much vulnerability, you know, you feel so open and so exposed, and so, like, everybody's looking at you, you know, but, like, especially having you there with me for every single class definitely helped so much to not feel intimidated, not feel scared, or, like, that crippling anxiety, you know?
Yeah, and definitely not only, like, helping you out, you've also helped me out too with more of, like, in the focused way, because I would sometimes just zone out, and then I would grab Zach and be like, all right, you go first. Then I'm like, oh, okay, that's how we do it. Okay, my turn.
Right.
And it's just like, crap. Because she's going to be like, you go first. Like, crap. Okay.
Not always, but you have to be prepared.
I don't remember a single time you ever went first, though.
What?
Yeah.
That is a crazy thing to say.
It probably is, but I can't recall a
say.
single thing.
I feel like it's 50-50. I feel like 50% of the time you've went first, 50% of the time I went first.
I feel like
there's times where I was locked in and I was very excited to, like...
And I feel like that was week 1 of the curriculum. All right, push it. All right, get a grip. Push him forward. Now bring him with you. Turn to the side. Turn to the other side. All right, good. Break. Like, I feel like it was just week 1 curriculum. Maybe when we all met up that day, trying to get back in the groove of things, I feel like maybe you went first on a few things. I don't know. I can't recall anything of that.
I feel like as we went along, I started going first more often.
Okay.
Or, like, for the classes where I understood more, because there were like some weeks where I was like, I'm not as locked in as usual. I don't really understand what's happening. I feel like I'm not getting this, you know? And then there's other ones where I'm like, I am so locked in. I know exactly what's happening, you know? And it's great. So that's why I feel like it's 50-50, you know? But maybe I'm crazy. I don't know.
And then so you started, and then the intimidation stuff. Now, what about the schedule I always did? There was like 3 to 4 times a week. Like, and it's somehow that motivated you to want to be.
I loved the schedule because this most recent summer, I didn't have summer reading. I didn't really have anything to do. I mean, I had stuff to do, but it would only take about half of my day, and then the other half of my day, I would do jiu-jitsu. And it really gave me something to look forward to because, you know, I didn't have any friends in Ottawa. I didn't have anyone to hang out with, you know?
Yeah.
Because the summer before this most recent summer, if that makes any sense.
So, summer of 2024.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
I had people to hang out with because I had my friends Katie and Emma, and I would hang out with them all the time. And I had my summer reading, so I had so much to do. I had my drums to practice. I had a whole bunch of stuff going on. And then they became seniors. They had jobs. They were about to graduate. They had to focus on college, so we drifted away. And then this most recent summer, I didn't have them. I didn't have any friends from Ottawa to hang out with. I didn't have summer reading, which I was really, like, distraught about. And I didn't, like, you know, there wasn't, like, a jamboree coming up or anything because they kept postponing it, so I didn't have, like, things to work towards. I just had practice. I was going to practice. I was going to write. I was going to clean, organize my room, you know, like doing that, you know, do whatever to fill up my day. That just, like, having your jiu-jitsu schedule, having it 4 days a week, sometimes even more than that. I don't know if it was ever more. I think
It was only more if it was a
Yeah.
morning class type way. Like my spring break for my job, because I work at a school. You were not on spring break, so and then
Right.
my homework Missy gave me was to attend a gym class, and that was Thursday morning, which I was so glad because Marco canceled that night too. So I was like, cool thing I went to gyms that day,
Right.
and that was interesting too because I walked in because I'm used to 10 o'clock. It didn't start at 10. It started at 10:30. So I'm there in the dark, just chilling. And I'm just so confused, and like I look online, look at the schedule, but I'm like, it says 10:30, and then like it got closer and closer. I'm like, is anyone coming? And then like 2 minutes before class come, 2 minutes before his class started, he walks in, and then a guy who was a police officer, and then another rookie, white belt.
Oh yeah, I remember the police officer.
Yeah, well, there's multiple police officers.
There is?
Yeah, oh yeah. We were probably.
Oh,
I believe
yeah.
Warhorse.
There's the bald guy and then there's the younger guy, right?
There's more.
Oh my gosh.
There's more. I think we were a very common gym to have police officers.
Interesting.
If I could recall, let's see, I'll say there was probably at least a minimum of 10 because they all went to the morning class
That's interesting.
because
and
they were more of the night shift style.
I was watching this video online of this. It was like a police officer talking to criminals, like they were debating about like morals and stuff. And the police officer guy, he said, I highly recommend that if you're going to be a police officer, you are a blue belt in jiu-jitsu. And I thought that was interesting because that is a really good skill to know if you're going to be a police officer, if you have to, because they tackle people a lot.
Oh yeah. Wait, did you say that like when you're a police officer, you need to be a blue belt, or just have the momentum of a blue belt?
Because no, he said because he's been a police officer for a very long time. He was debating with like felons, and he was like he was talking. He had a moment. He was talking to the camera, and he was like, "I highly recommend anyone who's gonna be a police officer that you train jiu-jitsu and you train to become at least a blue belt." And that he said that's just what he recommends.
Well, I totally zoned out because I was looking at the thing. So you said,
he was a police officer.
He's a police
Been
officer.
a police officer for a very long time. He's probably like a purple belt, maybe a blue belt, or a purple belt, maybe a brown belt in jiu-jitsu. And he was like talking about, he was debating with these felons, these ex-convicts, whatever you want to call them. And he had a moment. He was like breaking the fourth wall. He's talking to the camera, and he was like, I highly recommend anyone who's going to be a police officer that you train at least enough to become a blue belt if you're going to be a police officer, because it's a almost essential skill to have.
Yeah, and it's very jiu-jitsu is kind of like being in the police force in a way because Casey. Did you know that Casey pulled your mom over to? Were you in the car at that time or no?
I was
Okay.
not in the car, but I remember her telling me about it.
No,
it wasn't Casey. Wait, yeah,
it was Casey.
It was Casey. I was thinking Casey's the bald guy.
No. So your mom was speeding in a 30, 35.
She was going like 57 down that road to go to your house.
Yeah.
Whatever the speed limit is. I think it's the road right before when it turns 40. It's the road that's like 30. She was going like 50, 60 miles per hour because she's crazy. And she was like,
Yeah, and then Casey. Well, it's so funny that I was in the parking lot waiting for her, and I knew and I saw the police officer just slowly going. Nothing's happening in this parking lot. Turns left, and then turns onto that street your mom went. Then all of a sudden, it's like I just got pulled over. It's like, oh, jeez.
She showed me her like Declaration of Independence long speeding ticket that she got, and the warning too in the same day because her taillight was out or whatever. Hilarious.
Yeah. But yeah, Casey's a fun police officer that we had. I can't think of. That's the only one I know the name of. The bald-headed guy is funny too.
I have no idea.
I have no idea what his name is either. And I feel so bad saying the bald-headed guy.
I feel like his name's Brian. Why do I feel like
I think it is Brian.
Is it Brian?
He seems like a Brian.
He seems like a Brian.
Next thing we know, his name's like John or Jim or Pete.
No, maybe his name is Pete.
No, I forbid Pete.
He
It's Brian.
looks like a Pete.
It's Brian. I feel like. Well. Like I'm going to share this with our group chat we have, and then if they come to this far, who is that purple belt, bald-headed police officer? and I'm gonna get arrested, maybe get a ticket,
You're gonna
maybe
get a
get
ticket
charged for a felony.
announcing the fact that he's bald.
I'm a drunk podcast driver right now. Like I don't know. They could
no
think,
podcast.
they can think of anything, and you'll get charged for like $100 ticket.
Yeah.
Yeah, me. So hey, Marco, Missy, Corey, anyone who knows who I'm talking about. Can you tell me who this guy is? Is it Brian? Is his name Brian?
If his name is Brian,
His name is not Pete.
I feel like it might be though.
It's not Pete.
It's not Pete,
It's
but
not
I feel
Pete.
like it could be.
It's not Pete.
I wouldn't be surprised.
It is not Pete at all.
I think it's. I'm like 99% sure it's Brian.
It is not Pete. I forbid Pete.
You forbid.
I forbid Pete. All right, give us one more time, real quick. Yeah, we're back now. I had to take a pause again because these dang cameras, I tell you, but they're really good quality.
They are such
They're
good.
great
This
quality.
is like professional, great. Like what my mom was saying. Like she was like, "This is nice."
Well, when I bought these cameras, how much do you think they were?
$100.
Oh God, I wish
Were they more than that?
they were
I don't
way
know
more.
what like a reasonable price for a nice camera is. Is that like $500?
More.
More?
These were more.
700.
There you go. They were $700 each. So I spent $1,400 plus how much do you think this microphone is?
$300.
No.
$700.
Lower.
$500.
There you go. 500.
How much was this one?
I don't know. That's my dad's.
Oh, okay.
I found a like $50 mic for when I do guests and stuff, but I didn't know when I was going to have a guest, and that microphone was to interview somebody that we're not supposed we're gonna be nice and not say that person's name.
Right.
I was gonna get that microphone because then it would connect to this, and it's like $50, and it's kind of good quality.
That one was.
No, this was
yeah.
$500.
You just told me
This is like every podcaster microphone.
Yeah, that's like the original professional.
And maybe I'll work up to getting one of these
You
too.
can get like a streamer.
But
mic.
I have a stand just like this that's still in its box. I got that as a birthday gift. It's not what that's not what I asked for. But well, cuz I was in still trying to do short films and writing and all that stuff. And I needed a boom mic like stand way thing. Or like a clip on for like a boom mic, which a boom mic is like the skinny like pencil thing. Well, my friend, she thought that she like got the right thing, but it was just this. It was this, and I'm like,
I see.
It's all right.
Yeah, I mean, I can hear it. It sounds amazing. The quality's great.
Oh yeah. The stand's nice, and it's like soon there'll be another mic stand connected to this, and maybe if you like too, you can always come on this podcast. Maybe after this episode they're gonna be like, yes, you need a co-host and all that stuff. We'll see.
They'll be
We'll
like, bring
see.
her back.
Probably we'll see all that stuff.
And once I get more used to this, because then I can like talk more smoothly and stuff. Because once I start talking, then my brain is like.
But then
I think about all the people watching, and I'm like,
maybe I have to change the name. I don't know, but like I was I remember for this channel when Missy was like, I need you. It would be cool if you interview this person because I don't want them to die and nobody knows their story.
Yeah.
In my opinion, now I want if I ever get to hear from her or get that moment, I would like to. I want to interview her.
Yes.
And let her story not die.
I feel like you would want to get her in person though, unless you did like some sort
but
of
I would
Zoom
love
call thing.
Yeah, but I would love to interview everybody that I know of, and I feel like the only one that like is up for it is Austin. Cause
I feel like Corey would be interesting.
Yeah, Corey would be cool. I asked Ken. And Ken's just like, I don't think I would be able to make it like fun. I don't know what to say. I'll just be like roasting people. It's like, didn't do it. Like roast people.
Yeah,
It's like what is said here is just letting stuff out. We're all people in the end. We all should be the mature way.
Family.
Yeah.
We're all just hanging out.
Yeah. So we have done a lot of talking. We talked about, asked about whatever you want to say. What made you want to do Jitsu? You got into what made you want to get into it, what made you want to do it, your first day, how you felt,
Mm-hmm.
all of the side stuff like intimidation, how did you feel, and like what can you reflect a lot nowadays. And that's the one thing too.
Sorry.
That's a weird
Sorry.
stare. You're
No,
like
no.
you're like
No,
hello.
I'm locked into what you're
Okay.
saying. I'm leaning into
Okay,
listening.
I'm just like, what did I do? Can for the last thing that I have in my head is like, what can you take upon with jujitsu for like an everyday thing now? Like do you see people in the hallway at school and you're just like you think you know everything, you think you're tough, but it's like, don't mess with me and stuff like that. Like because I see people at the gym who like, you know, walk tall and all that stuff, but it's just like, bro, I feel like if you ever try to mess with me, like it's not gonna end up what you think it's gonna be.
I mean, it definitely makes me feel a lot more confident.
Oh yes, forgot
like
about that.
when people wanna be rude, people be nasty, whatever. I'm like, I don't think we would ever get into a kind of thing where we would have to fight each other. But if we did, you would be done for. Like I just kind of feel more confident in myself that if a situation like that happened, like let's say because you know, being a female and everything, let's say I'm cruising about and it's like getting late or whatever, like just having that, even though I haven't gotten nearly as far as I could, you know, like I have still so much to learn. You know, I feel like just that this little bit that I do know, I can protect myself, and that's like an amazing skill to have. Like I can protect myself, I can protect other people, and that gives me a sense of security. You know, I don't feel like I need other people to protect me. I feel like, you know, I got like I feel more independent. So yeah, that's the main thing.
And also it's like, it doesn't have to turn into a brawl. The
Right.
simple thing of ending a fight, I feel like now that you have learned a lot of stuff, and it's like it's a simple things too. If with when you learn from a Marco class, it's like the simplest is like gesturing away. They charge at you, and all you just gotta do is like push, flip,
And he's like it's literally that simple, and it's anyone can do it. Absolutely anyone can do it. Anyone can protect themselves, and like it's for literally anyone. Like it doesn't matter if you're injured, it doesn't matter if you're small, you know, it's just physics and using your brain and everything, and you can get away and you can protect yourself and you can save your own life, you can save someone else's life, you know.
Yeah, but when you like first started jiu-jitsu and like after that first week, how did that make you feel, like going to school now? Is like, what was that when you're just like walking around?
Okay, certainly at a place like Ottawa where everyone it's such a hostile environment and everyone is like always on edge and everyone's always ready to throw hands, you know. There was like fights every week, every month at that school. Everybody was beating each other up. Everyone hated each other. There was so much drama, so much hatred, so much negativity. It definitely made me feel better, especially since this one girl in my strength and conditioning class.
Was that the one that tripped you?
Yes.
Okay.
And the one that pushed me on the bleachers. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I was thinking that was more of a trip.
No, she put her full hands on me and pushed me towards the stairs of the bleachers, and I was like, you know what I mean? Like, so that definitely made me feel.
Felt a little spit on my arm.
Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. I'm getting worked up, and I'm like,
but it's like, but like you also know is that like, yes, she was being an asshole, but it's like you knew to like be mature and like and when she even like could have done more, you knew kind of like what to do now.
Yeah, and I feel like being vocal about that I train in jiu-jitsu because I would be talking to my other friend who isn't my friend anymore, because that girl, she would talk crap about the girl that pushed me and be like, I hate her so much. And this is a common theme with people. And
Bipolar?
What? No.
Bipolar?
Like they'd be like, I hate her so much. And then they would be, like the next day, they'd be best friends with her. And that's exactly what that girl did. Yeah. And I was just like, well, I already put it like, I almost said her name. that girl that pushed me heard me talk about that I train in jiu-jitsu, and she seemed to be less hostile with me after she learned about that. And like she'd always be like, take it slow and control if you need to. Like, saying that to me, like, because we'd be lifting, and she'd be like, you don't need to go so fast. I'd be like, girl, I'm like 3 times as big as you. Okay, I think I can probably lift a little bit more than you can. I think I can probably do more, you know, just because my body composition is larger than yours, because, you know, I put in, not to, with all due respect, I put in more work than she would, because she would sit out a lot, she would complain, whatever. So it's like, you see me do this every day. Like, I'm not struggling. I'm not, you know, I'm not like barely breaking a sweat, you know, lifting twice as much as you are. Like, don't tell me how to work out, Shotty. Like, I'm so sorry. Like, please. That was the main thing that, like, really set me off with her. It's like, so I feel like her seeing that, you know, I'm not trying to be egotistical or whatever, but her seeing me that, you know, since I train in jiu-jitsu and stuff, it made me stronger, and like that made her back off a little bit, you know, just being like, oh, like, you said that you can and you proved that you can, so I'm gonna stop being hostile, you know. I feel like it made her a little bit scared.
Yeah, definitely. I understand what you were saying and stuff. When my first week and all that stuff, like, I felt if it gives you confidence. I feel like it gives you confidence.
Certainly.
And like you can, like, those who succeed more are for those who have like patience and like wait. And I feel like patience wait, because you know, when I first started, like, just doing gym or lifting stuff and trying to, I feel like I have accomplished more of like being more energetic in a way, not losing my breath when it comes to like athletic stuff, and you know, like, when I definitely when I see people now and like they look tough, but it's just like, you could be surprised if you judge me like a book by its cover.
Right. And it's like, I'm not trying to judge her based on how she looks, because she is a skinnier person, you know. She had muscle, like, don't get me wrong, she had muscle, but like, she could not, you know, like, lift as much as I could. And I'm not trying to like compare us or like be mean to her, like fire shots at her or whatever, but I feel like she felt some sort of competition with that, with people, and I wasn't the only person she said stuff like that to. She said stuff like that to everyone. She said stuff like that to the girl that I was friends with at the time. Like, it's like almost like some part of her like felt like she was better than everyone, and deep down she knew that she wasn't, you know, because she was one of those girls that's like, oh, I'm so zenned out, you know, like, look at me, I'm so at peace with my life, but like, she obviously wasn't, because she was such a hateful person, you know, and I know that's not who she is, because the year before that, she was such a sweet person. I had a crafts class with her. She would, you know, come up to me and be like, oh, your piece looks so good. Like, that's beautiful art you're making, you know. The year after that, I don't know what happened to her. I don't know what, like, honestly, I feel bad for her, because I feel like something happened, you know, that made her a hateful person, and she just tried to, like, force herself to be a relaxing person without actually putting in the work and the effort, which made her overall more jealous of other people that were obviously happier, doing better than she was, at peace with their life, you know. So that's a thing about the confidence and the patience of jiu-jitsu, is that it teaches you to be confident with yourself, and it teaches you to be patient with people who aren't so confident, and learn to understand them.
And definitely be maturing and like respecting.
Having respect for those people who are obviously struggling, you know. Yeah.
And if the time does come where something just breaks out loose, they will be surprised for what you have learned and what skills that you have.
Right.
And like, I definitely see a lot of more maturing in you thanks to jiu-jitsu and like the confidence in you.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely from your first Marco class. You never faced Marco in a competition. That would be interesting.
That I would die.
You would die. You would die. But what's great though about him is I feel like he'll give you a chance before he sees like on the time that's
yeah.
like a minute left and he just goes done. Done. 'Cause that's what he does. That's what's great about Marco is that he'll let you fight and struggle and figure out. Okay, you're in this position. What are you gonna do? And then when it comes to like, oh, there's 30 seconds left. Like, okay, your time's up. Done. Like you did good. Really good. I can see some improvement.
Mm-hmm.
But now when John, like, where was I going with this? Because every time we talk about Marco, it's like That's a good question. Where was I going with this? Oh yes.
Yeah.
I was giving comments you have matured.
Yes.
And then comparing you to your first Marco class to now, like you're very, you got like a good breathing technique down and like not using all of your air at once and pacing it out, because I know that you struggled doing when we had to do laps, those like 2 laps.
Oh yeah.
And then we'll be done and you just like are halfway done with your last lap. And I know it's embarrassing. And I was embarrassed too when I did my first Marco class. You know, like I'm sweating, I'm just, and they're all just like fine. But it's like you need to like, and this is what I have done my whole life, from lifting with Marco to my first Marco class. You need to own it. I would say you need to own it.
Certainly.
When I first started lifting with Marco, he would like pull up like 30, 50 pounders, and then he'll be doing this.
Because he's been doing it for so long.
Yeah. It's been doing it for so long, but it's like he's doing all this stuff, and like, okay, cool. So I'll do half of what he does. So if he did like 50s, okay, I'll do 25s, and I gotta work my way up. He'll put his weight down and say, get those 10 pounders, and it's like, no.
And that's the thing. And that's the thing that was so off-putting about the girl at Ottawa is that she, you know, instead of being like that's like, oh, let me work my way up. You know, she tried to be the best right off of the get-go without actually putting in the work. And that's why she was like, anyone who was ahead of her, she was like, you know, like, slow down, like, basically, like, slow down, like, you know, whatever, you know, like, she would be like, oh, if you need, you can take it slow and controlled, you know. And I'm like, don't tell me to take it slow and controlled. Like, you're not in my body. Like, I think I know what my body wants me to do. I think if I know if I need to take it slow and controlled, I'm going to take it slow and controlled, because I don't care what other people think. I don't care if somebody over there is like, oh, look at that girl. She's taking it slow and controlled. She must be, you know, she's not as strong as other people. No, because you have to actually put in the work. And she never took her own advice, you know, which was the main giveaway that she was just, you know, a hateful person.
Yeah. But and that's where it's like, you know, you start off small, but like respect the progress, respect the training, respect the workout.
And be patient with yourself. Be patient with other people.
Yeah,
you know?
and that's why I say just own it for now. Just own it. Like when I grabbed those 10 pounds, I made sure that like I walked with a walk with those. And if people saw me with these 10 pounds, I was just, in my mind like, yeah, you wish that you knew how to lift these 10 pounds.
Yeah.
You don't know how to lift 10 pounds. You don't know what you need to do for this. Like I was in my head, like I was like exploding. It's like
you don't know nothing about these 10 pounds.
Because when you feel embarrassed, like everything just shuts down. So it's just like Marco's there, boom, boom, with these like 50s, 60s, doing like lifting it like this. And then he's just like, go get those 10 pounders and then maybe 15. But if I struggle, like 10 pounds, like, come on. But it's like, it's okay, respect it. And now
Respect
it's like I lift pretty crazy now. Like it's insane.
You do.
It's insane.
It is insane.
It's insane.
And I'm over here like I could never lift that, you know, like. But like if
you have to respect
if I would
the progress.
go to the gym with you, like if I was able to work out with you guys more, because now I'm not really able to work out as much as I'd like to because of everything, you know. But.
And like and like I feel like during the summer it's like I could do twice a day and be like go with your mom whenever, and then later in the day it could be a late a late gym and like take you along. You just gotta say so when you can.
And with marching band and everything, like it's certainly, I mean, as a percussionist we don't march very much, and it's unfortunate. Sorry, what?
No, go ahead. Sorry.
We
I thought you were done. Like, yeah, I got you right here.
we push our instruments down in the stadium, and I feel that's a really good workout. And like
The hill.
they talk
the fucking hill.
Yeah, and you know people always talk about the percussion strength with your arms, so that's that. I mean that's a workout, you know.
Now what I was trying to say, and I cut you off, is like, jujitsu probably helped you out by lifting that bass drum.
Yes,
And it's it's like the second biggest one for
It
a
is
person
the
who is
second
5'2".
Yes.
But what I think is hilarious though is that they recorded your first like parade that you did.
Mm-hmm.
I think that was at the Utica parade or something.
Tonica.
Parade.
Mm-hmm.
And my mom's like, I think I saw Brecken, and she's pointing out, it's like, that's not Brecken. And then I clicked it, and like da 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 da, like 10 seconds later, I paused, like, there's Brecken.
You
It's
know,
like it's easy to pick her out of a crowd. How did you miss her?
I feel like since my hair was up, I'm not as recognizable with no hair. You know, with
I guess.
my hat on.
I guess, but like you can tell.
Yeah.
You can tell.
Yeah, with like the walk and everything.
She loves you to death. Oh, my mom loves you to death.
Oh my gosh,
My
I
mom
love
loves
my
you to
mom
death.
so
I
much.
remember recently. I forget. I think it was the last time you came over. To just have like a fun trio night, me, you, and your mom. And my mom, I think, made like comments like, I miss Brecky.
Aw.
Grandma misses Brecken.
Aw,
Yeah.
I miss her too.
I know.
She's such a sweetheart. I love old people so much. I'm sorry, that might be kind of a weird thing to say.
It's okay.
But I feel like a connection with, like, I feel like I have an old soul, and I really connect with old people because I will sit there for 10 hours
I
and
know.
listen to them tell their
Your
stories.
Your mom says the exact same with me. It's like I'm a 28-year-old, but I have the mindset of like I was born in the 80s and 90s just like her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Certainly
Indeed. Well, I feel like I've said everything that I can think of that I had in my head. Is it pretty shocking? Like I didn't have anything written down. I just went for it.
I know. Yeah.
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 This is like it's experience and like the progress of like when you first start and you work your way up. Because Marco and I, we had no intention of like topics and stuff. We just hit and just talk, and that's what people should just do.
Right.
They always have topics, and it's just like I rather just hear you ramble. I might zone out, and then also be like, oh, Taco Tuesday does this to you.
Taco Tuesday.
Taco
Let's talk
Tuesday.
about Taco Tuesday.
We could probably do that in another episode. I feel like I'll probably have you back again. In my opinion,
I hope so.
We'll
I
see.
hope to come back.
We'll see how many people would like to have you back, and maybe hopefully other people will like to now after this. Definitely going to be sending this to the group chat and also.
Oh, I'll send this to the council. We call it the council of my band friends.
Oh.
Yeah, I'll send
Subscribe.
Yeah, subscribe. Hi guys.
You didn't even subscribe yet, did you?
I did subscribe actually. I subscribed before I came here. Thank you very much.
Oh, before she came here. God. Okay, so I'm at 6 now. Oh boy, I'm so excited because I'm just like, you are not one of those 5 subscribers.
Yeah, I'm the 6th one actually. So.
Well, thank you all.
Wait.
Oh.
I have a closer. Okay.
Oh God.
Don't say oh God. Okay. A thing. Okay. So the most recent time we went to jujitsu. Okay, I had a spiritual experience with you in the car, and I haven't told you about this. It was very
spiritual.
It was very interesting. It was
Interesting.
It was a spiritual awakening.
What the hell did I do? What did you do?
The car was completely silent.
That's what I thought. It's like we
Okay,
don't really
no.
talk that much on the way back because we're out of. Okay.
Let me finish.
I'm just proving my point here. Okay.
The car. I'm gonna talk to them. The car was completely silent, and out of nowhere, Kevin goes, "Good things happen for people who wait," and
I did.
Patience has been a really big part of my life lately, and becoming a better person, and learning how to, just be like the best version of myself and everything in every sort of way. And I've been really working on patience because I am a very impatient person. Okay, I'm
yes, you are.
in the past. You should have seen me like way before you met, like years before you met me. It was bad. I was so impatient.
You're just like your mother.
But after Kevin said that like, now that's like, how do I talk? like that quote he said has just been running through my mind all the time when I'm at school, when I'm having anxiety attacks, whatever. I'm just like, good things happen for people who wait. I just have to trust the process. Everything is fine. Because I will spiral and I will make things up in my head that are not happening because of horrible crippling anxiety, because of past experiences at Ottawa. And I'm like, I have to remind myself that I just have to be patient and that I'm in a new environment and these people are not like Ottawa people and these people actually love me and appreciate me and everything will be fine. And, good things happen for people.
I got to think, even myself, I think that too, because like I know I want a bright future for you and me.
Absolutely.
And like I'm trying to figure out a future plan for us, for our lives in the future.
Yeah.
But it's like, it's like I see things and it's like I can't really jump on it now because of just like financial stuff, saving or just all that stuff. It's like we'll get there. We'll get there. I hope so. It will be like maybe a year from now. That could be cool. Well, maybe earlier. Well, it's like we got this.
Right.
We got
Absolutely.
this. Yeah. But it's like I feel like, and I always say I feel like, but it's true. I feel like thanks to jiu-jitsu now in my life, like definitely good things happen for people that wait, and I had jiu-jitsu to cover up just being bored and being like lonely, and next thing I know,
loneliness is a big thing.
Yeah, next thing I know, it's like I met your mom through showing off stuff in her class of like my jiu-jitsu stuff, and we can talk about that. Another thing, probably like a lot of things that I missed in this podcast will definitely be in a part 2 one.
Yeah.
And so yeah, I'm definitely having you back again.
Yeah.
So we can talk a little bit more about that.
Yes.
It's like I met your mom, I met you. Like good things have happened for people who wait.
Absolutely.
And that's a pretty good ending, right? Oh, she has more. Go ahead.
No,
Go
I
ahead.
was just going to say, and you, the audience, that's something you can take away from this episode. I want you to turn off or close out of the video and...
Not now. We haven't finished yet.
And go about, once it's over, and go about your day and think about that and think about all of the things that you feel are not right in your life, all of the emptiness you feel, all of those missing pieces in your heart. Just remember that good things happen for people people who wait, and what you put out will come back to you, and that you just have to trust the process, and you have to be patient with yourself, and then great things will happen.
That is right. That's really good.
Inspirational.
She is very smart. 4.4 GPA. We'll get into that another time too.
4.4, yeah.
4.4 GPA. There's a lot of stuff that I know that we have definitely missed out on, but it's okay, and we are running a little bit short on film for this clip, so I'm going to hurry up and end it as much as I can. Thank you all so much for watching. I want to thank my stepdaughter Brecken for joining us today. Definitely having her back. And just remember, guys, even if you are a white belt, blue belt, brown belt, black belt, I forgot purple. Redo that.
What about a red belt?
Red belt takes a while, I think. I
Yeah.
know you saw
That would take like 50 years.
Sorry.
I feel like.
Yeah. Redo. Thank you all for watching. Just remember, even if you are a white belt, blue belt, purple belt, brown belt, black belt, we are always such a rookie.
Yes. Keep that in.